We are Saturday, August 1st, and time to get back to the inspections. There were recent rains, like most of the week, and it had a profound effect on the flowers around us. Like the nectar flow might be in full swing right now, more so than before. So, let's have a look at how things are going inside the hives. Okay, well, let me show you something. These are called bottom boards, and they usually help in the monitoring of Varroa mites. Varroa mites are a parasite that feeds on the fat bodies of larvae. A female goes inside the cell when larva is developing. She lays eggs, one male and 2 to 3 female eggs, and they latch onto the larva, start feeding on it, and it transmits disease. And this helps monitoring. They will show as small disc-shaped reddish bugs, really. It doesn't look like there's anything like that in there. I'll show an image of what they look like. But it's always good to monitor for them, even in extremely new hive. If there's no present at all, even when there's a alcohol wash test, that just means I'll do a lighter mite treatment, because even with Varroa resistant breeds, they can still devastate a hive. Let's see how these gals are doing. With the amount of resources available, they should be booming. Oh yeah. The queen is not on the cover. Looks like they've finally started working on this one. Alright, let's see how the other frames are doing. Looking great. They've drawn it up pretty good. Oh, covered in solid brood and filled with youngs. On both sides. Now, to get back to the subject of Varroa, there's several treatments you can use. There's one called, beautiful, Oxalic acid vaporization. It's a crystal that you put inside a basically a boiler, a mini boiler, and it passes from a solid directly to a vapor. It coats the bees into a thin layer of this crystal, and it kills the Varroa without harming the bees. And oxalic acid is a natural acid found normally in food, like a rhubarb, I think. Another one you can use is Apivar. It is an artificial product, but it doesn't harm the bees and doesn't slow the brood production much. But it's a synthetic product. and bees might eventually develop resistance to it, unlike oxalic acid. At least so far, oxalic acid does not seem to create any resistance at all. Covered in young brood and emerging brood. There's also something for, again, for treating Varroa, a product called HopGuard. It's a bit milder, and I know that at least in some areas it's authorized for use while honey supers are on, covered in brood. And lots of young brood and resources. Oh yeah, this hive is in full swing. I don't think you can see it, but it is covered in larvae. And eggs. Yeah. Now, it looks like this hive has completely recovered from the chocolate it had earlier in the season. All right. Oh, that's encouraging. Lots of bees in the honey super. Yeah, they've started drawing it. It's at the very, very beginning, and it's hard to see, especially white on white-ish. But there's definitely a trace of comb being drawn. Oh, you can see it on this one. There's a slight variation in color around here. So yeah, I put the honey supers way too early. I should have put them in on this week, really. Oh, that's beautiful, isn't it? No sign of swarming, which is encouraging, because dealing with that is a bit of a hassle. Finding all the cells and removing them, or making a split, which I can't right now. If you see, there's a line of drone comb at the bottom with the bullet-shaped cells right there. This is so beautiful. Yeah, the queen hasn't been back here recently, but there's a huge patch of brood that emerged from this frame. See, they're making a cup, and one of them was tending it. There's a queen cup at the bottom. See if there's a larva in it. 3, 4, 5. Aha. And this is while we were doing inspections. Yep, there was royal jelly in this one. And this one. Looking very, very nice. Hopefully the flow that really started kicking in right now will remove their mind from thought of swarming. When I spoke of Varroa, there is one right here. I don't know if you can see it, it's pretty small. But that means I really have to treat my my bees once fall comes in. Might put this closer to the middle of the brood nest. Encourage them to draw it more. Completely full of eggs. Lady Silver is having a blast. Huh, full of young and eggs, a bit of nectar and pollen. Ah, more queen cells, lots of them. We'll have to remove those. Yeah, they're all cells. One of them is capped. Let's remove those. Well, that's beautiful. Full of larvae. And cat brood and eggs and everything good. I mean, Silver is a brood machine. Well, other than that, it's all looking good. It still looks like they're feeling extra swarmy, so I guess I'll have to be extra vigilant with Silver. But other than that, they're doing very well. Holy cow, that's heavy. Look. Oh! Entirely full of nectar. Lots of brood emerging and otherwise. And the next from over looks like a solid sheet of capped brood. Feeling a bit defensive today. Calm down, ladies. There is one cup over here. Let's see if it's a cell. Whoa, mistake. Let's try not to drop a frame. That would be bad. There will be a lot of angry bees. and you don't want to see angry bees. It's full of reserves. Let's close them back up and move on to the last 2 hives. Covered in young brood, mostly eggs, few larvae. That thing emerged recently. Alright, so everything was extraordinarily good actually. There was no trace of small hive beetle this week. Looks like I tracked them down good last time. Purple was a little defensive, got 3 stings. Silver was still trying to swarm, but they still have a lot of room, so I don't understand why they're behaving like that. They also started to draw the honeycombs in the honey super above them. So all in all, everything's looking great. I'll see you next week. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Goodbye.